Hello and welcome to the first part of EVAT Talks or Eyewear Experiment Talks, where you can experience monologues by me, by Johanna and by Hando.
I yesterday watched this Between Two Ferns movie. Maybe we can rename the whole thing Between Two Bears. So BC always has to sit in the middle.
I think it's very good.
Yeah.
So, welcome once again to Eyewear Experiment's new podcastish web show called Between Two Bears. I love Zach Galifianakis, so.
And the movie is really good as well.
It's good. My girlfriend hates him.
She doesn't
together
understand
with Seth Rogen and a bunch of other really good comedians.
Does she
You look like you don't
hate?
know who we're talking about.
Does she hate Seth Rogen or his laugh? Because I know some
I
people.
have to ask.
Okay. Because I know some people like his acting, but don't like his laugh because he has a very distinct laugh.
Okay. Let's talk about the band. Otherwise, I was already about to say what actors I don't like. Maybe it's just bad karma. Anyway, we will. I'm sorry, I have a cough. I'm just gonna. Why I'm gonna tell you in a minute. Came back from Singapore from the Music Matters conference and showcase, and we're gonna talk about that. And basically, this whole thing is going to be what's going on with the band, with the music, with our travels, touring. You can ask us questions if that's what you're into, and make absurd comments down below.
Or we can just talk about actors you don't like, which is still okay.
I don't like James Franco. I don't know why. I wouldn't say but it kind of seems a guy that how did he become an actor in the first place, or why did somebody let him into acting school if he has gone to an acting school? Or, this doesn't make sense to me. I'm not saying that he is shit, but I watched a lot of his movies, and I don't boycott his movies, but I don't get it.
You don't see the talent.
I just don't see why would somebody cast him in a movie. I don't. It was like some musicians.
Are you talking about me?
No, but it was like if I would put together a band or have to put together a band for a project, and somebody just, hey, this guy, I've been in similar situations, I would say no, even though they're good, but and they were nice guys, but I would just kind of have a feeling this is not what we're doing, and it's not for this specific thing. It's just I wouldn't put him in any band, although those are some people I play in a band with sometimes. Okay. I have no problem there, but if I had to put it together, then it would be definitely not him.
But isn't it like that sometimes the way how somebody, if you don't know him, or if you know him or her just a little bit, how he looks or is outside is one thing, and when you actually sit in one room with the person, then it's a completely different person, and actually you would enjoy working with him or her.
With actors it's probably true, because they're
Well, why not with everybody else?
Well, yeah, but that's again
it's a gamble.
Why would you? I mean, everybody puts on a mask, but why would you? I mean, would like to enjoy people in every situation. It's like the death dance of death, the painting.
Yeah.
It's you're kind of judged by
everything.
Yeah, but the things you do, even say you're an angel for 25 years and then a complete asshole.
Yeah.
Okay, so you become you'll be 70, you're extra super cool 69 years, and then one last year you're a complete asshole. Then you shouldn't be only judged by the 69 years where you were a super cool guy, and then the last year was but the other 69 no, as you are as good as your last album, your last song, your last mix, or your last snare tuning.
So it's basically the same situation with Bill Cosby. So most of the life, super nice guy, a comedian.
He seemed like a nice guy.
Well,
but he wasn't a nice guy, as we found out.
Maybe he is. maybe
He
overall
was drugging people
what
for
like,
tens of years.
yeah, just a lot for charity for like the black community, whatever. And then at one point he's like, "Oh, but he rapes children." On that bombshell. So
Yeah.
is he a good or a bad person?
He's rather evil.
But you've also done more good things that like an average person has done in his or her lifetime.
Maybe it balances out.
Yeah.
We'll see in the afterlife. Did you start watching Preacher?
No.
You
I was
understand there.
between two ferns.
Okay. Anyway, let's get to some music. Or like
Yes,
us
please.
related things. So we came back from Singapore. We played, if somebody doesn't know, we played music conference and a showcase festival called Music Matters. If somebody doesn't know what it is, it's a conference where there's like this big shot music industry people giving talks, and you can have meetings with them if you're lucky and get some insights, get some good advice. And then in the evening there are like a bunch of venues where bands play, usually quite a short set, and then hopefully you get some delegates to come see you live, and hopefully that will translate into, cooperation and whatever. So we were there for 7 days. And before we left, I had a real bad cough. Got there, first day, second day, completely cured. It was like 32 degrees. Flew back, walked on a plane in Helsinki with 0 degrees. We landed in Tallinn 8 something. By 2 o'clock during the daytime, PM?
Yeah.
2 PM, I was in the same level before I left. So it was like magic. Never happened to me before. Great story.
But about Singapore, what were actually your expectations about the music conference and the whole showcase? But like the place, like expectations versus reality.
I was really afraid it was so expensive that when I buy a bottle of water, I will be broke for 3 months. Like I thought it would be so super expensive that I don't know how I will make through the week, as I wasn't like that well off that last week. And before our first sound check, like we literally landed, did straight to sound check with the shuttle, like the transportation, did a sound check, then had like three hours off. You guys went to the hotel, me and the sound guy, Kaspar, stayed there, and but I didn't know where I was, and I just had one beer, and I had like extra large quesadillas. Seemed like a very nice Mexican place, and it cost me 25 euros. I was like, how I'm gonna survive 7 days, and like my whole budget is like 250 euros, so I can eat 7 times. So like
once per
plus
day.
I have to buy water and everything, and I was like kind of shocked, but I didn't know if you, like we're in Clark Key, if you walk like 200 meters, you get like the perfect Japanese food for 7 or 8 euros. So I didn't know that then. I knew it by the third day.
So
But my expectation was it would be really expensive, and I didn't know what else to expect. I knew it was the closest to the equator as I have ever been. What about you?
Well, I thought it would be more populated or crowded, but it wasn't. Actually, it was really... There weren't that many people.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and quite thing I noticed, it didn't seem noisy.
Mm-hmm.
But although back home, when I got home on Friday, it seemed extremely quiet. It's really weird because I didn't like consciously experience like noise pollution in Singapore. Although when I got back home, and even when I drove through an Estonian traffic jam from the airport, everything felt so quiet. I was like in a quiet place.
But maybe when you arrived back, like you had this illusion because for the previous 11 hours you had been inside of an airplane which has like quite high noise pollution level.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's so quiet. Yeah, but Singapore was cool, right? What were your expectations?
Oh, I'm expecting Busy to expect more. Do you have anything else?
I did my homework.
Well done. Because I expected it would be like a copy paste of Malaysia, or like when we went to Kuala Lumpur. It wasn't exactly like that.
Oh, it was different.
It was different, but not so much. I sensed the difference. I've never been to to this like big high-rise building, like skyscraper part of of any city in the world. So when we went to the Facebook office to walk around in this area where they had those high-risers, I was quite amazed how capable are people building such like masses of houses. That was quite impressive.
Yeah.
But I would not like to live there, like when you can't see the sky, because there's like some offices where the sun should be usually.
I feel really bad that I didn't get to come to the Facebook thing.
Because you were so sweaty.
Yeah, I wasn't. I mean, I was so sweaty. I had like a few spots on my shirt that were not sweaty. So if somebody would have asked me from back home, how hot is it? I would just make a picture of myself. I'm covered in sweat, and these few places are not.
That was one other thing that really amazed me, like shocked me. It was like the first moment when we got our luggage and went to the transfer bus, and the glass doors opened and we stepped into the outside. It was like a blanket of hot, moist air, just like sucking you in.
Yeah, but they said that they are doing this cloud.
Yeah, but that was only like the day, the extra sweatiness day, the last day.
Okay.
It wasn't before.
Yeah.
I understood.
Yeah.
Because,
Okay.
yeah, but they sprayed something in the sky because the Formula One Grand Prix was held there, so it wouldn't rain during the qualifications. So, cancer, basically.
Yeah. Actually, when I heard it, everybody were talking like, oh, it's like a normal thing. But actually, it's like really messed up thing to do it.
Yeah, but they do the same thing in Moscow.
Oh, yeah, but
they have
it's still not okay.
That's not okay, but probably they do it like
Yeah.
when
But
they
everybody
need to.
were talking so casually about it. It's like, oh, we're doing heroin every day here. I would be like, what? Yeah.
Yeah, what works?
Yeah. And in Singapore, it was the first time I really felt like the wind being hot. Like, it was like the hottest day there, and there was some kind of a breeze. But it was actually like it had the same effect when you open like an oven door, and then there's like hot air coming in. So that was like unusual for us northerners.
So it was probably the most high developed Asian country we've been to.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Yeah.
it's so packed.
Yeah.
Then it didn't really come across like in the city center at least, or it feels like a really big,
Yeah.
just a big city that there's like these random houses or something. I mean, in like Seoul, you can just get lost somewhere. Like,
Yeah.
well, I don't know where I am, and it might as well be like Tokyo, some parts, or it might be like Beijing. But there it's just like it's always a city kind of.
Yeah.
But I like the vibe. It wasn't like on you or kind of smothering you. You had like
Yeah.
spaces to walk and yeah.
And
We-
nature inside the city.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
enjoyed that as well.
Voluptuous.
I'll be back there in two months. Maybe I see some snakes as well. It's the monsoon period then.
I would really like to experience also this hot rain season.
I want to see how much water they will have in the
Yeah.
canals.
Because there were like some deep ass canals there,
Yeah.
and I think they're there for a reason. So
For
you
the
can,
snakes.
yes, so the snakes can't crawl out. But I think it can be quite an
Yeah.
interesting experience.
So we had 3 shows. We had the conference. We played one new song. Shall we reveal the name of the new song?
Yes.
It was the world premiere, actually. We should have said that off the stage.
Oh.
World premiere.
Or maybe like Kaspar in the future, if things like that happen, then Kaspar can be like an announcer, like This is our experiment.
Matthew.
World premiere, yes. Matthew.
Should I let Matthew record?
He can be our like voiceover guy.
What is his last name? Matthew.
Very bad with names.
There's Matthew.
Yes.
Hi Matthew, if you're watching, excellent. He was the announcer or presenter of bands, and I just thought how his voice just kind of carried
Yeah.
throughout, I think, 3
days.
3 days. I couldn't do that.
Yeah. We discussed that in the future, like before we came on stage, he did like this hype, and we really got hyped, like ourselves, from our hype. And we had this idea that Matthew can do like some hype texts, like voiceovers for Johanna. So when sometimes like you are feeling a little bit like down and you have to go on stage, like Busy can just put like headphones on and hear like, this is our experiment. And
Yeah, like I have my like those,
personal coach.
Those
They're really-
singing exercises. Then I have those too.
Really amazing if like, not amazing, but yeah, if we would become like super famous and rich, and then our egos would be so big that we need the hype man, and like Matthew would be on our payroll, and we kind of say like, Matthew, I'm like, I don't know, here going to on stage, need some hype for my ego about myself, and he would be like, okay, Nick, I got you. Just kind of hype you up so much from yourself.
Or maybe
Especially
actually,
like somebody else letting you. I'm not gonna finish this sentence.
or maybe at that point we would need the like the complete opposite. But of course, I think Matthew would not fit for that. But if you're like if your ego is so like skyrocketed, then you need somebody who say like you're a worthless piece of shit, and then you calm down and you go on stage, and then you're like as a normal person.
I hope that never happens. I really hope that never happens.
We had like this. I don't know if you remember. We had this deal. Are you okay?
Fox is over monologuized.
Yeah. I would just say that, and then I would be silent for a few minutes. We had this deal that if at one point I get like this over self-centeredness level, or like the level of self-centeredness and ego goes so high, you can like hit me in the face with your knee. Do you remember that? We made a deal.
It's a good deal. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, or like I asked you, like if we had like somebody we knew had become that person, we looked at, oh shit, that's not cool anymore. That's like he is somewhere, and not on this earth anymore. Then I said to you that if that kind of a thing happens to me one day, please hit me in the face.
I know, I
with your
remember
knee.
something, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm silent now. Thank you.
So, Johanna, what's up with Singapore? Well, as we played some shows, played some new songs. When we got there, a lot of people wanted to make a picture, especially with you, because you were on the posters.
Oh yeah.
Like massive amount of posters. That didn't freak me out, but I was surprised. Country where we have never been, or we've been there for 30 minutes. Besides the stage, a completely new environment, and complete strangers really want to take a picture with us. Like that's cool, but it was like
It's a surprise.
it's a surprise, yeah.
I don't know what's up with that.
So anyway, we got there, straight to sound check, played our first show, 20-minute show. I like that format. Like I think 25 minutes is good.
30.
25, because we watched some bands like I didn't like. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Not I didn't dislike, but just didn't enjoy it. And if I would see like the next band goes on, like they're gonna play another 40 minutes, and then it's gonna be a changeover for 15 or 20 minutes. I'm just gonna die of boredom here. But I said like, okay, I don't like this band, and I know they're gonna probably play 4, maximum 5 songs more. It's like, okay, the toilet, make it a long one, get some drink, talk to somebody, and it's over, and like I can maybe enjoy the next band. So 20 is a bit short, 30 is 25 kind of feel is like very good. So it's like 25 songs is like 6 songs, 25 minutes is 6 songs, basically. 5 to 6 songs. I'm so sorry. It's just the Estonian climate. Anyway, we played a show. There were 2 or 3 days. I like tried to remember. It seems like 2 months ago, although it was like just today's Wednesday.
Yeah.
It was like
A week ago.
yeah.
Yep.
What did we do? We walked a lot. I think our sound and light engineer, who are also very into statistics, like our average was 13 kilometers per day walking, and our maximum was 28 kilometers.
That's a lot.
That's a lot,
Nice.
yeah. I think we just walked, had some good Indian food. Just
Like we've
relaxed.
done in every country in Asia, actually.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then Monday was the conference day.
Yeah, but coming back to the long days of walk, like, Pisi, what were the sights you saw and were like surprised of? Where did you go? Now, please don't say like you went to a shopping center and bought a fucking dress.
She bought several items.
Yes.
From the same shop, cost store. I was really surprised by the mall that had little shops, like guitar shops, like 10 of them or something.
Ah, yeah.
I had never been to the kind of a shop. I had only heard about it because Masparand Kelko had been in one. So that was funny that they had those little shops.
Really little shops.
Basically, like you and the shopkeeper
Yeah.
could be inside,
Mm.
surrounded by guitars, or you go to another box and then there's drums.
We'll come back to that.
Okay, the shops, the shopping mall.
You were like the Sultan's Palace place where they had Middle Eastern food.
Oh yeah, yeah, the district, yeah.
I liked it as well.
Was it like Indian district or
No,
Chinese district?
No,
Or?
Israeli.
No, I think it was
Middle
like-
East.
Ah, Middle East.
Middle East, yeah.
Middle East, they had the Little India, further away,
Okay,
Chinese,
Chinatown.
Chinatown.
Yeah.
Then you went to the gardens. I went to the museum.
Oh yes,
What was that all about? Because
Chinese arts and
Crafts.
contemporary couture something. It was the last day as we walked by, so I was like, yes.
Last
let's
day
see.
of the 3 days.
Yes, and also the exhibition ended that day.
Okay. You enjoyed that? It's
Yes.
good.
what was
Okay.
that all about? Because I heard like just like a dress that was made like 4 years or something like that.
Yes.
Clothes and so on.
Yeah, well, the whole museum was dedicated to Asian culture, like the pottery from
Okay. Ancient
year
times.
1, but they really wanted to see the couture
So
exhibition.
they had like everything there. So like pots and pans and then like fancy dresses
Yes,
in the next room. Holy shit.
yes. And I stand in the line like an hour
Whoa. It was a popular museum.
last day.
Okay.
And then we walked again.
See, we saw Totemos live. That was Sunday now. That's Sunday. Yeah. Because Monday was the conference day.
hmm
I don't even remember what we did on Sunday.
Maybe it was Monday.
Conference day, yes, because we didn't give a concert.
Yeah. Conference was Monday.
Yeah.
You guys took a cab and I walked through Chinatown. We met there. Saw some stuff. Heard an awesome Billie Eilish story. Not gonna get into that now.
No, let's not, please.
But basically, kids,
Oh,
if you want to
Jesus.
make it in the music business, just create a SoundCloud account, then write like a song, upload it.
Next day.
Next day, million hits could be possible.
And if it doesn't happen, please don't like be angry at us.
If it does happen, please do write.
Yeah.
Then please write. Then write especially. Moving on.
What
So
was
the
really
conference-
fancy, the conference was in Ritz-Carlton
Yeah.
Hotel.
I've never been in such a fancy
Sorry.
place. Even like when we stayed in Vietnam in the fancy place that wasn't as fancy.
Yeah.
When I asked for directions, they didn't give me them. They brought a person, a an extra person who took me there when I needed to go. I wasn't expecting that, and then the guy, there's probably a name for it in the bathroom, who made you take the towel to
Dry your hands.
dry your hands. I don't need a person to give me a towel. I'm perfectly fine of taking a towel, or with my right hand.
You have this feeling you're like a simple man.
Yeah, I
With
mean,
simple
but
pleasures
like,
and simple needs.
give me, like, I can do normal stuff.
But actually, Singapore is the first reason when I have wanted to be like genuinely rich. Like I have thought about it. Like, oh, it would be cool if I were rich, so I can do that and that. But there, I really wanted to be rich because I could felt
the possibilities
yeah
of like living a
and the essence of
lush
Singapore.
lifestyle.
Yes.
I have dreamt about being rich, like super rich, but I would like to keep it. Like, I think I would like really enjoy if I wouldn't let other people know that I'm rich. I would probably dress the same kind of way, like. But
when you're at home, you have like this
no,
diamonds on your neck, dancing
I
around
would build like a
naked.
huge drum center, like that's open for everybody, and I would just buy all kind of cool drums, and I would like. I mean, everybody has to be respectful, but like everybody come and they'll be all set up, like you have like Abe Cunningham's, like not like his, but like.
Why not his?
It doesn't matter because
It does.
It's the same as every other. It's made out of the same stuff. So it's just like people can come and just kind of hit them and play them and educate themselves and have a snare room. That would be my grandioso thing, but I would just like travel. But I understand totally what you mean. You could see some people coming from those big houses, see they're like really rich and they just don't give a fuck because they don't need to. And I would really enjoy that if I dressed down and like a really simple man, and then people usually talk down to you or look down to you, and they're like, you can do all that. I don't need to show you, because actually having money doesn't make me better than you, but just, you know, I don't kind of need your kind of how to put it, like,
Sign of approval.
yeah, to exist or to be worthy of something. I'd help like a lot of people. Like I would see like young students of mine, drummers. I would kind of maybe, you know, I'd build a center for drummers who want to practice, like just can come for free. Maybe just like very small, kind of depends how rich I would be. Maybe it's like €2 per month, like for like cleaning and security or something. But just everybody can come and have all the resources. But it wouldn't be like, I give you money and just go and be something. It'd be like, I give you opportunity. You can come and practice. You have like a drum library. You have internet. You have all the notes you want. You like everything you want. You can study recording, whatever. It's free. But I mean, you got to be into it. I mean, you have all the tools. Make something. You know.
And if he or she goes there and has like a drinking party, then it's like.
And then it's like banned forever. Yeah.
I would do the same.
A student of mine, like he's like 53 now. They went to vacation with his wife. They went on a vacation, and they have 17-year-old twin daughters who were left back home. And just I asked yesterday. I saw him yesterday. Like, what was it? Just like they messed up like big time. Police was called and something was broken, and the neighbors complained. And I said, what did you expect? And he said, yeah, I mean, I'm not that mad, but just, you know, I wasn't expecting that really. But he didn't tell me. But I will hear from his wife when I see her what they did.
Yeah.
But I would do the same.
We've all been there.
There was an Insta party. I think they left. No, they left. Yeah. The girls are 16. Which they just both went to 10th grade. And I think they left on a Monday or Tuesday. And the first Friday that came around, it was the error. I don't know what they did yet. I'm like anxious to hear.
So, coming back to the shopping malls.
Shopping malls, yeah.
The little shops.
They're little shops.
You wanted
See,
to
this
be
is
extremely
touring
rich.
in Singapore.
What else? What else did you see that really amazed you? Like
Maybe
maybe
I have to get my phone so I can
Probably
your
most of-
look
memory.
at the pictures.
Amazed Johanna because we were sharing a room, the three of us.
And she tolerated us.
Yeah. I shared a bed with Hanna.
That was a little bit harder to tolerate on my side.
Yeah, because Hanna sleeps like a Dracula.
I sometimes think it's not true, but I don't know. I've never
But I woke
seen
up in the middle of the night, went to the bathroom, and you were like literally, it's just like this. It's so funny, and I haven't seen you sleeping on your side ever. Always on your back. I can't sleep on my back. I constantly sleep on your back. You have your covers. It's like very tidy. You're like just like in a coffin, basically. Maybe
I'm
move your
preparing
hands.
for the future.
Yeah. But it's just amazing. You know, it's not
Yeah.
a bad thing. It's just I twist and turn all the
Yeah,
time.
you do.
A lot.
We went to see. We went to the Facebook office.
Oh yeah, that was
Maybe
really
I
cool.
will reveal a company secret, but I
Maybe
think
don't do that because then we'll be banned from like most social medias.
they're so wealthy that in the ladies' bathroom you have like free tampons. Yes,
If you have free tampons in your company, you
You've
have
made it.
I love it.
But that's really like nice.
It's a very useful
Yes.
thing to have.
If you would
Yes.
have there like I don't know like toys, that would be weird.
Have toys there.
I like exactly.
And
What would you want to there? Sorry.
no,
What would you want to be in the men's room? Like something for men? I will answer it myself.
Yes.
You should do beard oil. I would love if I could
Hey!
if I could refresh myself with the beard oil and lizards. We'll
Yes.
come to that, but
We can actually like in post production just like put the
lizard.
bloody lizard there.
The lizard, yeah. Beard oil would be really nice in the men's room.
And you know what? Like if I would go into a fancy hotel, you know what I would really like to have like in the bathroom there, nail clippers, because I always forget them, and it's really bad to play.
I had this time. Why didn't you ask me?
No, I don't know why. Maybe I didn't have the problem this time, or maybe I did. I don't remember. But I would
It's
really
only
like
a
to have
week
nail
ago.
clippers. If I go to like if I would stay in Ritz Carlton, and go to the bathroom there, and if there would be nail clippers, I would be like, oh, genius, really, really well done. Because for some reason, every time I go abroad somewhere, I forget my nail clippers, and it's really bad to play bass if you have long nails.
Good story. Anyway, moving on.
Simple things.
right?
hmm
What else? So we had the conference. Conference good. Honda had some good meetings. So maybe to bands some. So it's the first time Johanna even insisted on going to the conference.
Bad
I
respect.
think she has never. I remember the first time when me and Johanna we played for Iris, great Estonian artist, and we went to Berlin Music Week. I think it was the first kind of Estonian band's trip to a foreign showcase. I know that Mike Weblik and some people had went before, but it was like a delegation and with like a goal in mind. And I mean that was a long time ago. That was 12 years ago, probably like 12 years ago. And I remember I had a feeling just with the trip. I remember because I was kicked out of Iris's band and then I was taken back like maybe 3 weeks before the trip. And I was like, I have made it. We have a show in Berlin. I'm never coming. Okay, it was like I'm never coming back. I was like, this is it. Like, goodbye Estonia. Hello world. I'm going to be drumming on big stages. What a sucker I was. And I'm still here. In Tallinn in a small cubicle full of instruments and trying to make it. But it was really fine. But my story is we went there and we really hyped about the conference. Like, in our minds. I mean, you weren't, but me and Kostya were. A bass player, and then we got to the hotel, and there was time to go to the conference, and then Ago, Iris, and Thomas Oilum went to the conference, and we were like, not we're coming right now. We instantly went to we were like, what should we do? We were like young children let loose. We were like, let's get some bikes. We get some bikes, and we were like, let's get some beer. Let's get some beer. It was like, yeah, and like, so it was like, fuck the conference. We're gonna ride a bike in Berlin because like it's a school field trip anyway, and we had a really good time.
My bike broke actually, the tire.
Yeah, and we really asked Johanna to go. We will meet her at the metro station, and asked her to go to the subway by herself, with the broken bike. And I thought it was fine. And I think we constantly asked. He said, "Fine," and you were, "Yeah, it's fine." And like years later, she told me she was really scared and really wanted somebody to come with her. And I was like, "Why didn't you just say so?" Because me and Ghost said, "Well, do you need us to come?" She was like, "No, no, no." But now when I think back of it, we were kind of like, "No, no, I don't need anyone to come to me. No, no." But it was
my
fine.
first time going alone somewhere.
Yeah. But you got off at the right station. Basically, her tire broke, and we went back to the rental, and we actually were quite like, "What? Repair the tire?" And we were like, the guy was, "You have to pay for it. You broke the tire." We were like, "You gave us a broken tire," and he was like, "No, I didn't." And it actually made sense. But it wasn't like expensive or anything. It was like €6 or something too, which is like nowadays is probably 20. Anyway, why I told the story is that was my first showcase, and I was like very young, 12 years younger. Imagine that, and it wasn't like the pressure of succeeding in the conference part wasn't like that important. You didn't think about it because you had the manager and everybody else were doing that job. You were basically there. Where's the beer and where's the instruments, and let's play and have fun with friends, right? So over the years, I haven't counted, but probably we have played, I don't know, maybe say 30. Okay, so not like 30 showcases, but 30 to 40 showcase shows. And it's like a different club every night, different people, different audience, and it can be quite frustrating sometimes. So this time we played the first show. It was good. It was like full of people, the Clark Key thing, but you're like unknown. And then the second day, Tuesday, was the conference, and Honda had a lot of good meetings. Everybody promised to come, and basically nobody showed up except for one delegate who left during the second show. And I think it was our manager John who said like at Totemos show, some delegate left after the second song or something. So I was like, okay. But this time I kind of kept it together, and I was like, well, it doesn't matter how many people there are, I'm just gonna play my absolute best that I can. Like, no, all bullshit aside, like no ego, no showing like, I'm a cool drummer, or I'm just gonna play my heart out, gonna sweat my pants like 5 times and just, go for it. And I knew the sound wasn't that great in the venue, and I kind of understood if I played softer it wouldn't matter that much. I was just going for it. I'm just gonna like my pedal to the metal, or metal to the pedal. I don't know which way it is. And it really worked, and I was like really mentally healthy. I didn't care at all that nobody showed up, because you still had the meetings, you still had the contacts, and I think it was a really great show. And the same thing happened last night. So we accidentally found out that we were gonna end the festival, right? And we were the last band playing, so at midnight, and it was already, the schedule was off, which is always kind of a threat that everybody leaves, or too drunk, or too tired.
Yeah, and if the schedule is messed up, like if there are some delegates who want to see your show and they come there and they see that there's another guy playing, or there's like a changeover, then they are like whatever, and they might leave, which is quite a bad thing. If somebody in the music business takes time to come and see your show, and because it's an effort, because the shows are not like in one building, so he or she must really want to come there.
But it really went really well, and we had like quite a lot of people. And but again, like before the show, that was the hot day when they sprayed the cancer into the air, and I was so hot. I remember before the show, I think there was like ice water, and I drank like maybe 4 to 5 glasses, and I was like, I think it's the first time I was concerned I might like pass out of heat on stage because
I had exactly
I
the
didn't
same
cool
idea.
down.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, oh shit, like I'm so hot right now, and now you need to start playing the drums for like as my life depended on like what's gonna happen then.
Yeah.
But again, like I didn't care. I just went on stage, and I think we had a really good vibe. Before the hug
Yeah.
was really great, and then just like boom. And I remember playing, and I wasn't like even moving everything. When I just moved, something like I saw sweat and spit just from the lights going. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. it's like my ego was, and it was a really good show. I didn't think about it at all. I was just like, I'm just gonna, because that's what we're there to do. And I've heard
And
people telling that usually delegates want to see you live, right?
Yeah.
Before they maybe, but I think it could be any other way.
Yeah.
And if you're at that level that you're on the stage already, then just don't think about anything else except don't think if it's too loud, if there's too few people, if it's the wrong crowd, if it's the wrong venue. Just you're there to play the music, and whatever happens, it's out of your control anyway. And if you're flown like half a day to that spot, then better make it good. You know, there's no point in going and half-ass the show because nobody showed up. Because you know some artists are like, well, if people don't show up, I don't get the vibe. No, I mean even like Darren King from Mute Math, I just watched one of his video lessons, said they toured like 250 shows with Mute Math at some point, which is like crazy.
A lot.
That was how, and like, I'm sorry, but it's a big, long monologue, but when he said, well, some nights just understand that you need to put on a show for people. But it's Darren King is like a god to me, and he still like played his ass off, although maybe he didn't feel good at all because he understood that he's there to play the show. The second great thing that he said, well, all the Mute Math things are quantized and chopped up. And to me that was okay. That's okay to quantize it, because he said, yeah, like they sometimes played, and then there's maybe only 2 bars that worked, and he was the guy who, in Mute Math, the main guy who chopped everything together, like edited. He was the editor guy. Like,
Poor guy.
Poor guy, yeah. So he had really control of that, and he said it in the nicest manner. Yeah, like all Mute Math stuff is quantized and kind of put there. And like our kind of people we talk to, we take that like, oh, you need to play like that guy throughout the song, which is a great goal. But you know, if that kind of level guy says, well, yeah, I mean, it's perfectly normal. So that kind of said, okay. Like, you know, I remember when we did Dogs, I probably made like 100 takes of that song. I could have made 25 and just quantized and maybe nudged it, and it would still be great. Thank you. That's the monologue part.
I met some kind of a manager at the conference, and like we talked about this and that, and then she said that she has never like signed any band after seeing a great show, or like a show where there's like a lot of people and the sound is amazing. Like usually, what have impressed her the most is like when like the sound is shit, the venue is shit, there's like not many people, but the band still works, and then she's like, if you add like 10,000 people, it can't get any worse.
Johanna did that very well, I guess, the second show, where there's few people. Where was it? It was the Crossroads.
Crossroads, yeah.
You went to the offstage and did your whole...
Yes.
Dancing in the dark!
Dancing in the dark and stuff.
I love when the stage has levels and weird spaces where to go, where nobody thinks of going.
If one day we would play at Red Rock, I would be worried. Because they're like rocks, like boulders or big rocks, and Busy would be like a little child, like, all the places I can climb!
Yeah.
Then we would need like a security guard, like bringing her down. Yeah.
I would love that.
I would be mortified.
Guess we need to start wrapping this up. I hope you guys enjoyed it, but what's next? We're going to finish a few songs. We have quite a lot of new songs. On that note, there's going to be a side monologue. I actually was checking out, I made a song today in the morning, and I like gathered my own ideas that I have made. And then I watched our Dropbox, and I was like, and I watched some videos that I have on my hard drive, like made an order in our hard drive. I was like, we have finished actually quite a lot of songs that I just forgotten about. Like we had Battles, Overdue, Atlas was a song we played for intro at some point in E01.
Oh, yeah.
And when overdue, I found my dicky drums, I found my acoustic drums, found the final demo, and I found like more and more. I was like, okay, these are like have made it above the bar, but will like for some reasons have dropped below the bar and it's being forgotten. Not that we would need to kind of give them back life, but just there are like so many songs I had lost track.
Yeah.
It was like an amazing find, but now we have like above the bar. We're gonna finish some songs, and then we're going to China in a month.
Yeah. Did the visa yesterday. Please do it as well.
Oh yeah.
And we have
Only took an hour.
the third time that our Helko, our light guy, won't be coming with us. Because 2 European tours, one did Jauer, second one was Timo, and now Andra is coming with us to China.
And I checked it. As I had to do the visa thing, I had to check the counties and everything, all the information there. And actually, we're going, what they say, to the biggest city in the world. This, I don't even remember the name of the city anymore, but like territory-wise, it is the biggest city in the world.
How big thing it can? I mean, Beijing already seems impossibly big.
Yeah.
It's gonna be bigger.
It's gonna be bigger, yeah. And we will have like the most insane flights. We will travel from Tallinn to Helsinki, then spend a day in Helsinki airport. Most probably we will not do it. We will
10
go
hours.
10 hours or something like that.
Actually, we can get a hotel if we have a like the delay more than 8 hours.
I will go to a music shop. Anyway, and then we will fly to Shanghai, and from Shanghai to this place. And when we're coming back, it will be even more interesting.
Okay.
We will fly from that city to Dubai, spend a few hours there, and then fly to Frankfurt.
No.
Boom, which has like in the airport the most amazing ramen restaurant.
Does it?
Yeah, it does. And then we fly to Tallinn. So basically, we will be flying approximately the same amount of time we will be on the spot there. Something like that, yeah.
Gonna be good times. So if you like this podcast between two bears, then like this video, comment down below, and say if you want more.
Fades into darkness.